truck. We are in the town of Stieglitz, which in every sense of the word is an old gold mining ghost town. This is the main street. We are in the heart of the Brisbane Ranges. We're in a national park, and this historic area, if you had to design a archetypal gold rush ghost town. St Paul's Church of England Church opened in 1871 and closed in 1962. And we're going to go and have a look at St Thomas's Catholic Church, which is on the outskirts of town and has a very, very similar style. This is the Boxing Reef, the most prolific and valuable of the reefs. It's been filled in, and miners could purchase the rights to a 12-foot section of the reef. So we have one mine shaft there, one here, and I would imagine the main street it's here, so I would imagine it ran all the way down behind the main street. The von Stieglitz family moved to Ireland. They clearly had the wandering gene, because 6 of the sons decided to trust their fortunes in the New World and came to Australia. Several of them went to Hobart in Tasmania, and it's noteworthy to think that there is a Steiglitz in Tasmania. The Stieglitz here in Victoria has a current population of 8. It is quaint beyond belief. There's ELLIS's Outfitters and Drapers. And we had St Paul's Church, Ingram's the Ironmaster, Mr Twite the greengrocer, the Temperance Hall, the Mechanics Institute, ELLIS the Drapers, which is still standing and looking pretty much the way it did in the day. Mechanics Institute, John Smith the bookmaker, Woods the hairdresser, Cobb & Co, Boardman's General Store, and the New Chum Bridge. And in its day, Stieglitz had 1,500 residents, of which it is noted 200 were Chinese. It played host to 4 hotels, 3 schools, a newspaper, numerous shops, now how unbelievably cute is that? Still, I believe it's a current residence. It looked like it's being lived in. The site of Simpson's Bakery, Simpson Brothers Bakery. It was run until 1895. And in 1936, Mr Cook used the bricks from the building to build chimneys and a sheep dip in the area. So if you have a look, there are the remnants of chimneys where residences once stood. Wow. We are about halfway between Ballarat and Geelong. You come down, take a left turn at Meredith and head into the Stieglitz historical area. We have an old boiler, some mullock heaps behind. This is Regent Street and Gibraltar Hill at the top. That is what the town looked like in the day. Scott's Hotel was the only one standing on this side of Regent Street. It was built in 1890 on the side of the Stieglitz Inn, which burnt down in 1891. A couple of things I absolutely love is we have the old Golden Fleece petrol pump. Golden Fleece, an Australian brand long since discontinued. We have a residence there. You'll know I have a weakness for vehicles left in fields, and we have not one but two that at some stage, many moons ago, somebody drove the truck into the field, hopped out, and there it stays. Unfortunately, well beyond repair, but still well worth it. We have the Cumberland Creek, the bridge, erected in 1851 in memory of the pioneers of Stieglitz and the discovery of gold, 1851 to 53, which is pretty much simultaneous with the gold throughout this entire area. Buninyong, Clunes, Mount Alexander, Bendigo, the influx brought miners in. They came to look for gold and they found it in great quantities. Now I've come upon this, we're still in Regent Street in Stieglitz. The gate is open, there is a barbecue or picnic table there, so I am presuming I'm going to be a bit presumptuous and hopefully have a bit of a walk, because nothing is more colonial or Australiana than this. This is just fantastic. Can you imagine raising a family? We have the creek there for water. I don't believe it is occupied. I'm told that on the weekend this may be open. It looks like we may have had a kitchen out the back, as was the maybe a wash house, perhaps. The baby's room with a crib. And I look at the historic area and national park. Walking around the town, there's a number of walks from an hour to 6 hours. The virtual track, 40 k's, 3 days one way. But stunning. There are numerous picnic tables dotted around, so if you wanted to come for a day out, bring a packed lunch. So you've got the highlights here. That was called Snug's Cottage. The courthouse here, built in 1875. St Paul's Church, St Thomas's Church. The old cemetery. And the cemetery is still maintained by the Stieglitz Cemetery Trust. A range of flora and fauna information there, as well as comprehensive maps. So you could easily spend a whole day. It is a Friday afternoon, so I've seen about 2 cars on the walk-in, and can highly recommend, considering how far it is off the freeway. It's about 20 k's off the Midland, so well worth the effort. Onward.